Hello friends, in today's class we will discuss these three terms, that is bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy. And these three terms, they're very much confusing. So listen carefully. What is bookkeeping, what is accounting and what is accountancy? So we will start with the term bookkeeping. So bookkeeping, it is mainly concerned with record keeping or maintenance of books of accounts, and it includes the following four activities. So bookkeeping, what we are doing, we are mainly keeping the records of the business transactions systematically, and these are the four activities that are performed while bookkeeping, and the person who keeps the books is also known as bookkeeper. So what are the activities that are performed in the process of bookkeeping? First is identifying the transaction of financial nature. So first of all, we have to identify that transaction it is of financial nature or not, because in case transaction is not of financial or monetary nature, it cannot be recorded in the books of account. So bookkeeping starts with identification of transactions which are financial in nature. After that, measuring the identified transaction in the term of money. That means if you are identifying, suppose okay, the transaction of sale has occurred, and measuring means what is the amount of sale. Sale is of 1 lakh, of 2 lakhs, of 3 lakhs, of 10 lakhs, of 20 lakhs. That is known as measuring in the terms of money. So we will first of all we will identify the transaction, then we will measure it in the term of money, then it will be recorded in the books of original entry. Original entry simply means general or subdivision of general, what we call as a subsidiary books. And last one is classifying them into ledger. So these are the four activities that are performed while keeping the book. So what is first of all identifying the transaction which are financial in nature, then measuring the transactions in the term of money, then recording the identified transactions in the books of original entry. So original entry here means general or subdivision of general, what we call as a subsidiary books: cash book, purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, sales return books, bills receivable book, bills payable book. All are the part of subsidiary books. And then classifying them into ledger. So yesterday's class we have discussed about ledger. So transactions which are similar in nature, again they are recorded in a separate book, that is known as ledger. So bookkeeping, it is mainly routine and clerical in nature and can be performed by persons having limited knowledge of accounting. That means for keeping the book, that means simply for recording and posting into ledger, it doesn't require any specialized skill or knowledge. Okay, the person with a simple skill, they can perform this job, and nowadays these jobs are performed with the help of various software like tele accounting software. Okay, then next is accounting. Now what is accounting? So accounting starts where bookkeeping ends. Now where the bookkeeping is ending, it is ending after classification. We are identifying, we are measuring the transaction, we are recording in the general, and after general it is classified. So up to that point is done in the bookkeeping. So after this, accounting begins. So where bookkeeping ends, accounting starts. So what activities are done in accounting? Summarizing the classified transaction in the form of profit or loss account and balance sheet. The result of the business is prepared by preparing income statement, or what we call as a profit and loss account, and position statement, what we call as a balance sheet. Then analyzing and interpreting the summarized result. We analyze and we interpret by drawing the meaningful information from profit and loss account, and at the end communicating the information to the interested parties. That means in accounting actually what three activities we are doing. Up to classification, it is done by the bookkeeper, but after classification the work of the accountant begins, and he summarizes it, he analyzes and interprets it, and then he communicates to the users of accounting information. So we can say that the work of an accountant goes beyond that of a bookkeeper. So where bookkeeper leaves the work, from that place the accountant begins the work. But however, bookkeeping is also a part of accounting. It cannot be separated, because if you go to the functions of accounting, in functions of accounting, what are the functions? Recording, after recording, classifying, after classifying, summarizing, after summarizing, analysis and interpretation, and after analysis and interpretation, communication part is there. So that means as far as the functions of accounting is concerned, in functions of accounting we are having recording and classifying. So we can say that bookkeeping is also a part of an accounting. Okay, and also one more thing is that because on the basis of bookkeeping records, and accounting draws up periodically such financial statements such as profit and loss account and balance sheet. Because when you start summarizing, so an accountant can't start summarizing the record in blank or zero. So from where he will see the records, he have to see the records that will be provided to him by whom? By the bookkeeper. Okay, so that's why in actual practice the accounting process includes the bookkeeping function also, because without bookkeeping the activities of accounting is not possible, because accounting starts from summarizing. And for summarizing, what we need classifying data, we need ledger. And who prepares the ledger? The bookkeeper prepares the ledger, or in the process of bookkeeping ledger is prepared, and that ledger is used by the accountant for summarizing, for analysis and interpretation, and last one is the communicating the information. Okay, now next term is accountancy. So what is accountancy? So we are very much confused with accounting and accountancy. So accountancy, it is a systematic knowledge of accounting concerned with the principles and techniques which are applied in accounting. That means simply accountancy, it is a theoretical knowledge which tells us how to practice accounting or how to do accounting. It tells us how to prepare the books of account, how to summarize accounting information, how to communicate it to the interested parties. Just see the example, if any cricket game is going on, in a game of cricket. So he is the coach of Indian cricket team, Ravi Sastry. So what is the role of the coach? So role of the coach, he tells how to bowl, how to bat, how to field. So that means he tells how, and the players they actually practice it. So the relation that a coach and a player is having, the same relationship accountancy and accounting is having. So accountancy is just like a coach, it tells how to prepare accounts, how to summarize accounts, how to communicate the accounting information. And in accounting we actually practice it. So whatever rules are there, whatever is taught, it is actually practiced in accounting. So accountancy is a theoretical part, whereas accounting is a practical part. It is a practical implication of theoretical knowledge, accounting. Now next part we'll see the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. So first, on the basis of a scope, so These are all are the process that we are doing in the bookkeeping. So what we are doing in the bookkeeping: identification of transactions, measuring, recording, and then classifying. And accounting, what we are doing: we are summarizing, we are analyzing and interpreting, and then we are communicating the result. So these are the activities that we are doing in bookkeeping and accounting. Then second is a stage. So bookkeeping is a primary stage and accounting is a second stage, because accounting begins where the bookkeeping ends. Because in the primary stage, what we are doing: we are identifying the transaction, we are measuring the transaction, we are recording the transaction, and then we are classifying the transaction into ledger. So that is the primary part. And accounting, what we are doing: we are summarizing, analyzing, and interpretation and communication part. So that's why bookkeeping is a primary stage and accounting it is a secondary stage. And accounting starts where bookkeeping ends. Then objective. So the main objective of bookkeeping is to maintain systematic records of transactions of financial nature. So bookkeeping mainly focuses on keeping a systematic record of all the transactions which are financial in nature, which can be expressed in the terms of money. That is the only object of bookkeeping. They keeps a record systematically. And for whom they keep the record? For the process of accounting. So what is the main objective of accounting? In accounting, we ascertain the net result and financial position. That means summarizing. We prepare profit and loss account, we prepare balance sheet. So from profit and loss account, we get the net result, profit or loss. From balance sheet, we get the financial position of assets and liabilities. And then those reports are communicated to the interested users or interested parties. Then nature of the job. So bookkeeping function is a routine and clerical in nature, whereas the accounting function is analytical in nature. So it's a routine job, it is clerical in nature, doesn't require that much of specialized knowledge. But in case of accounting, it is analytical in nature, because we have to analyze, we have to interpret the results also. What is the profit is less, why less profit is there? If the liabilities has increased, why liabilities has increased, and how it can be controlled, how the profit can be increased. So that is a part of accounting also. So that's why it is analytical in nature. A lot of decision makings are involved in the case of accounting, but in case of bookkeeping, decision making part is not involved. Then who performs? The bookkeeping function is performed by a junior staff. That means staff who is having a clerical rank, a junior staff. It is performed by a junior staff. Whereas accounting function, it is performed by a senior. That means who having some experience, having good qualification. They used to practice the accounting. Then analytical skill. So regarding bookkeeping, it can be performed by a person having limited level of knowledge, as bookkeeping does not require analytical knowledge, it does not require too much of knowledge. Only with limited skill one will be able to know how to pass journal entries and how to prepare the ledger. But in case of accounting, we required some specialized knowledge. So that's why a person having higher level of knowledge can perform accounting, because it requires analytical skill. We're supposed to know how to prepare profit and loss account, how to prepare the balance sheet, how to get the balance sheet tallied, and even after preparing the balance sheet, we have to analyze what is the outcome of the balance sheet, and then it is communicated, how to communicate it. So all are the part of accounting. So that's why it is performed by a senior staff who is having a higher level of knowledge. Thank you.